Hey everybody, what's going on today? Welcome to the channel. So today I've got kind of a special video, man. We're going to go over, since all of the cards are out now, all the cards that I believe we're going to receive for MLB The Show 19. We're going to go over the top 5 cards at each position, including starting pitchers and relief pitchers. Relief pitchers, we're going to have 7, since you keep 7 in your bullpen. But we're going to go over those. So you guys do me a favor, as always, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe. Getting close, man. At the time I'm recording this video, man, we are 65 subscribers away now from 1,000. So might have picked up a couple more here last night or overnight here before this video gets posted. But yeah, we're getting closer and closer, man, by the day. So you guys make sure to hit that subscribe button for me. I'd really appreciate it. But let's get right to it, man. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with catcher. And we're going to go over, not all these cards are cards that I have also. And I do want to make sure that you guys understand, this is my opinion of what the cards are. And as far as the best cards at each position, you guys, there's going to be some that you love that got left out. And I apologize, I only put 5. Okay, so tell me in the comments, though, if there's ones I missed that you guys feel are your favorites or best or underrated cards. Or if you don't agree with some that I put in there, too. I mean, that's completely fine, too. I don't mind having a discussion with you guys about it. So, but let's go over the catcher spot first. That's the squad I have. We're going to start with number 5 for catcher here. And my number 5 choice for best catchers in the game is going to be none other than 99 overall, Mike Piazza. Mike Piazza is a really good card. I think he is probably much better on zone than he is on directional. Started playing on zone here the last few days, and I feel that this would be a much better card used, like I said, on directional than zone. Good card, man. Great contact, great power, vision. I'm not going to go over every attribute along the way for these cards, but I think the stats on this one, the attributes speak for themselves. The reason he's at number 5 and maybe not a little higher up there, though, is because of the defense and speed. Now, I know it. Catcher's spot this year, the defense and blocking is kind of broken. We know that. We all know that. But because of the fielding, the arm strength, everything there, and the speed especially, is one reason that he's number 5 on the list. All right. So number 5, Mike Piazza. Number 4. Let's move on to number 4. Buster Posey. Buster Posey, man, this is a great card right here. He doesn't have a ton of power, but he's got plenty of power. He's got enough power where you'll still be able to hit bombs. Trust me. Great contact, great vision. He does have much better fielding than the Piazza card. Speed's about the same, so he's not going to be stealing bases for you or nothing, but it's definitely a good card there. So Buster Posey is my choice for the number 4 catcher in the game. Number 3, Johnny Bench. Johnny Bench is my number 3, man. You're getting everything out of this one except for speed, contact, power, vision. He's got great fielding. And you can throw him at those secondary positions also if you want. And he's still going to be a diamond player. So that's awesome right there. But 44 speed, also not great on the speed. So I like a little more speed from most of my players because I like to steal a little bit. So that's why. But we'll move on to the number 2 and number 1. Number 2 is going to be JT Realmuto. JT Realmuto, finest Realmuto, is a great card, man. The contact and power is awesome. Good vision. He's got great fielding. He's a gold fielder, but good arm strength and that speed, man, at 82. This is a 5-tool card, man. You can steal bases and have a lot of fun with this card. So a really good one. But my number 1, and you guys probably knew this one already, is going to be Pudge. I had to pick Pudge. You know, as a Rangers fan, this one's been my catcher all year. And I mean, it's hard to argue with Pudge. I know he doesn't have the power of Realmuto or Piazza or Bench. He's more along the lines of Posey, but he still hits plenty of bombs, man. 110, 119 on the contact. Power's good. The vision's good. The fielding, I don't even need to talk about that. We know how good Pudge was. He's got speed too, so he steals bags for me. Here's my stats with him, man. I have 3,400 bats with him, batting 323, 46 home runs, 301 stolen bases, 190 doubles, 34 triples. So he can definitely get the job done for you. So those are the top 5 catcher spots. But moving on to first base now. First base, this one pains me. I don't even want to put this one on here, but I did because I'm trying to be fair about it. Number 5, and he is at number 5, Frank Thomas. All right. So Frank Thomas, awesome contact, awesome power, awesome vision. We know all that, yeah, because he just blasts everything that you throw. The fielding sucks, but he plays like a diamond fielder, so it doesn't really matter. And then he doesn't really have a lot of speed, but you're talking about first base, so you're not really looking for a ton of speed at first base all the time. So Frank Thomas, as much as it pains me, comes in at number 5 on my top 5 first baseman. Number 4, I got to back out here. I do not have this card, so we're going to go over here real quick, find it. I'm going to try to move quickly through these menus here. Awesome. First base. There it is right there. Number 4, Eddie Murray. Eddie Murray is my number 4, switch hitting first baseman. Awesome contact, great power, great vision, great fielding, 50 speed, not too bad for first baseman. But this one, because of that switch hitting bat, man, just makes all the difference for this card. And it's a really good card to keep there at first base. So that's that one. That's number 4. Number 3, Jimmy Fox. I know this card is out of most people's reach as far as stubs go, and mine included. All right, I probably won't get to use this card this year. But this card's insane, man. Look at the contact on this, the power, the vision, the clutch. I mean, it's great. The fielding lacks a little bit, but it's first base. You just need him to catch balls mostly. It's not and catch throws. It's really not as important as other positions, which we see from Frank Thomas, because Frank plays like a diamond fielder, like I said. But 71 speed also, so that's awesome right there for him. So Jimmy Fox is my number 3 pick there for first baseman. All right, number two. I'm just going to go down here and find him. Lou Gehrig. Lou Gehrig is my number 2. Great contact, great power. Vision maxed out at 125. Clutch at 125. That contact versus righties at 125 is great also. Good fielding though. He seems to field fine over there with the silver. 64 speed. That's pretty good for a first baseman. So I've had a lot of luck with this card. He's done really well for me. He's actually moved back into the lineup since I switched here using zone here the last couple days. So Lou Gehrig, great card. Glad I never got rid of that one for sure. That's my number 2. Number 1, my number 1 first baseman, Albert Pujols. The machine right here, Albert, man. The contact, the power, the vision, the fielding at gold, no matter where you put him, at first, third, or left. But we're going primary positions for these, so that's pretty good. The 58 speed's decent. But when I played with him on directional, before I made this switch here to zone recently, the shift, man. The shift is so important for directional, to be able to just abuse that shift. And it works out great, man. Look at the amount of 54 doubles with him. I got 4 times the amount of doubles almost as I do singles, home runs. So that's pretty crazy. Even got 15 triples with him, so not too bad there. But let's move on to second base now. Let's see here. Let's see if we can find him mostly in here. All right, my number 5 for second base is going to be Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson, great card, man. Good contact hitting card. He's got enough pop to hit home runs as well. But that maxed out vision, he can lay down bunts for you too. So he's got maxed out bunting abilities, good fielding, and plenty of secondaries also, and good speed, man. He can steal bags for you like crazy. So I do think this is a very underrated card in the game, in my opinion. Number four for first baseman, or for second baseman. We're gonna have to back out here because he's not in the market. Is going to be Joe Morgan. Joe Morgan right here, man. This was my first XP reward card that I actually picked as far as diamonds go. And don't regret it. I never regretted it, man. He was great for me. That vision was insane. The contact, he hits bombs there against righties quite often. And the fielding's great too. And the speed. I mean, oh my God, you can steal so many bags with him. You can turn singles into triples left and right by swiping bags. So Joe Morgan is my number 4 there for second base. Number 3, gotta back out again. Sorry. Gotta go back over here. Let's go back to second base real quick. Second base at number 3 is going to be Robinson Cano. Cano is a very underrated and looked over card in this year's game, man. This card is insane. They do get the shift on him, so a directional that was insane. I don't have a ton of time playing with him. Got 122 at bats, batting .492 with 19 doubles, a home run, and 2 triples. He's great, man. I love this card. It's one of my favorite cards actually to use all year. Unfortunately, my number 1 choice just has a little bit more speed and the diamond fielding and gets the job done. But before we go and see what that one is, we got to go back here and see what number 2 is. So Robinson Cano is the number 3 right there, like I said. But number two on the list is Rogers Hornsby. This card has been an absolute beast all year for me at the plate. I couldn't ask for anything more coming out of this card. The contact, the power, the vision, the fielding it can be questionable sometimes with him. All right. He's probably the slowest 81 speed I've ever seen in MLB The Show. He doesn't seem to get up and go very fast, but great card, man. 366 batting average through 2,700 at bats, 80 home runs. I mean, he's an absolute beast, man. So I do love this card. Roger Hornsby in the secondary positions too. I don't recommend putting him at short. That is a defensive mistake. It doesn't work out very well. But the number one pick is going to be Robbie Alomar. Number one for second baseman is Alomar. The switch hitting bat, the contact. You don't even notice a difference between contact against righties and lefties with this card. He's great. 120 vision. He can drop bunts down. He's got the good clutch number as well. Diamond fielding and fast, man. Great speed. So definitely takes plenty of bags for him. So that's a great card. So that's catcher, first, and second base. Let's move on to shortstop here right now. And the number 5 pick for shortstop is the only card I don't have of the 5 that I picked. And number 5 is going to be the top one here, Barry Larkin. Barry Larkin, man, the great contact. He's got awesome power against lefties, good vision. So you're going to have a nice PCI size there for zone hitting. Fielding at gold, I kind of prefer a diamond over there at short, but the gold gets it done. And his speed is the equivalent to like Robbie Alomar. So definitely going to be able to swipe some bags and use this card effectively to move around the bases and get runners in scoring position. So it's a great one for sure. All right, let's go back here. The final 4 for shortstop are all cards that I have. So let's go look here real quick. Number 4 is Ernie Banks. Ernie Banks, man, contact, power, vision, defense at gold, and 55 stealing, not that great, or 55 speed, not that great. He does have first base as a secondary position, which is an interesting one for this one. But yeah, it's a good card. I've just recently started using him since I switched to zone here the last few days, and 341 batting average, 3 home runs. So it's a great card, man. He seems to be doing great for me. Number 3, Javi Baez, the pre-order card. If you pre-order MLB The Show 20, you will get this Javi Baez card. I can't remember if it depends on which version you get, but Javi Baez is a great card here, man. They do play the shift on him, so that's awesome. He does have the secondary positions, great contact. That power against lefties is just out of this world. The vision, he plays like it's a higher than 87 vision, so that's great. Fielding at diamond at the primary position, and 80 speed, so he's fast enough to swipe bags for you, which is great. So he's my number 3. Number two. I know you guys are probably surprised he's not number 1, but he's number 2 on my list. Is Honus Wagner. All right. The contact is great. The vision's great. The power's pretty good too. All right. Bunting is great. Fielding is great. Speed is great. I can't hit with this card. I have no idea. So that's why he's my number 2, not my number 1. I just don't hit very well with him, but he's great for a bench bat for me, or a pinch runner, just because of all the positions he can cover there in the game. So really good card there in Honus. But number one is Finest Lindor. Hands down for me, man. Switch hitting bat. The contact and power against lefties. I know what they say, but he plays up way higher than that, in my opinion. The contact and power is great. Vision's great. He's got diamond defense at every position he plays. And then the speed at 70 with the 84 stealing. He can swipe some bags for you, man. And the switch hitting bat. I mean, switching bat. How can you not love that? So great card there, 5-tool card. So let's move on to third base now. Third base, my number 5 and number 4 are cards that I do not have. And number 5 pains me a little bit to even put it on the list. I think you guys know where I'm going with this. Finest Alex Bregman. Get your trash cans ready, everybody. If you're an Astros fan, sorry about that. But he's got the secondary positions as well, which is great. Contact, power, vision, fielding, 61 speed, not too bad. I can't hit with this card either. I couldn't really do much with it. 235. I only gave it like 17 at bats, so it wasn't a big chunk of usage. But I just never felt comfortable with his swing. But it is a great card, man. I know it's great for a lot of people, and it works out really good. So he's number 5 on my list. Number 4, Eddie Matthews, man. Eddie Matthews, 99 overall. Wish we would have got this card maybe a little sooner in the game. Might have got more use out of it. But a really good card, man. Contact, power, vision, fielding good at gold. And his speed's not really there, but I've used him a little bit. He does hit home runs pretty well. 275 through 40 at bats isn't great, but I was kind of getting used to zone while I was using him and not with directional so much. So my experience is maybe a little bit different than some of y'all's. But Eddie Matthews is my number 4 for third base. Number three, my favorite player of all time, George Brett. Hard to believe that my favorite player of all time is ranked 3rd on this list, but but he is, and he's great. I have no qualms at all with this card. He's great. The contact and power, the vision, fielding. He can play first base as well, and enough speed to steal some bags too, man. I got 1,500 at bats with him, batting 337, 17 home runs, 85 doubles, 18 triples, 87 stolen bases. I know he's been caught stealing a few times too, but high risk, high reward. So you gotta try it every once in a while. But that's my number 3. Number 2 for third baseman, Nolan Arenado, finest Arenado, man. They do shift on this card. It's a great card, man. Has first base as the secondary, diamond defense. The only thing lacking about this one, and why it's probably not number 1 in my opinion, is the speed. The speed on this is just atrocious at 38, man. I mean, you can hit a ball to the wall and get a single out of it, and that just doesn't fly for me sometimes. So he's my number 2. Number 1, Chipper Jones. If you guys are noticing a pattern here about the switch hitting bats, I know I left Mike Schmidt off of this list. I don't like that Schmidt card. Just a personal preference there. I don't like the Schmidt card. It's probably a 6th if I were to do a 6th one on this one. But yeah, Chipper here, the contact, the power. We all know about the power on this card. I have just started using it again since I switched to zone, and 6 home runs, batting 397 and 78 at bats, 6 doubles, a triple. He's doing great, man. He can swipe some bags with that speed and stealing combo. The defense at silver is plenty for third base. I don't know about putting him in left field, but a great card. So my number 1 for third base is Chipper Jones. Let's move on, folks, to the outfield. In left field, we're going to start with left field first. So let's go over there right quick. Left field, my number 5 on this list, finest Jeff McNeil. You saw how far we came down on this list here a little bit, but finest Jeff McNeil, very underrated. This card is an absolute beast. All the secondary positions is great. The contact is great. Power against righties is great. Not so much against lefties, but with that high vision, shouldn't have any problems being able to connect with the ball. Great clutch numbers. Always comes through in the clutch for me. The fielding is a silver, 61 speed. So he's got a little bit of speed, not a whole lot, but through 253 at bats, man, batting 399 with this card, 6 home runs. He's doing great for me, and I really love this card. So number 5 for me for left field is gonna be Jeff McNeil. Number four, Minnie Minoso. Not a card that I got the chance to use, but based on attributes and what I've seen other people use with him, great card, man. Very underrated. I don't see a lot of people use him, but great contact, good power, maxed out vision. Good fielding with secondary positions available also, and the speed. He's got speed, man. So good 5-tool card here in Minnie Minoso for number 4 for left fielders. Number 3, Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson, man. How can you leave Ricky Henderson off this list? The greatest base stealer of all time. So contact. He's got enough power to still hit for some pop there, especially against lefties. 112 vision is good for PCI size. Fielding there is a gold. I wish it was a little better than that. Maybe even like an 89 or something. I don't know. Maybe a diamond even would be fine at a 90. But it is what it is. And then of course the speed. We don't even talk about that. Google Ricky Henderson, you'll find out how fast he really was. So 99 speed and stealing across the board. So that's my number 3 there for left fielders. Number 2, Ted Williams, man. Got to go with Ted. And look at these attributes for hitting. You can't. It's hard to argue this. Fielding is the only reason that I never really wanted to use him that much, man. It scares me putting that kind of fielding out there in left field this year. So silver fielding and 56 speed, not great, but that's not too bad. You can stick him in left field and not have any problems. But number 1 for left field, you guys know where this is going. It's Babe. It's Babe, man. Babe Ruth. You got to pick him at number 1. The hitting, oh my God. I mean, that just, nice. And the fielding, though, the fielding is another thing that kills me with this one, just like Ted Williams. But it's not that bad, man. He seems to play okay out there. 64 speed's not too bad for him as well. So Babe Ruth rounds out the left fielders at number 1. Moving on to center field. Here. I have all 5 of these cards currently at the moment. So let's go over this one here. Center field. Number 5 for center field, Andruw Jones, the new Andruw Jones card, man. I wish this card would have come out sooner, just like everybody else does, but contact, power, vision, the fielding's great. He's got speed, man, so he can steal some bags for you as well. So Andruw Jones is my number 5 for center field. Number 4, finest Ronald Acuna Jr. This card is an absolute beast, man. He just rakes. He has only gold defense. So that's a little, I wish it was a little higher than that. I think his fielding should be a little higher, especially since all the other numbers for his his fielding attributes are higher. But 91 speed, man, steal some bags with this guy. And that's if he doesn't put the ball in the seats. So great card. Number 4 is Acuna for me. Number 3, Ken Griffey Jr. Griffey's been great, man. They shipped on this card. I still don't know why, but I'll take advantage of it if I can. And the contact, power, vision, fielding at diamond is awesome. You can play at the secondaries and still hold diamond fielding, which is great. And then the speed at 84 is awesome too. I have 211 doubles with this card, man. Through 1,500 plate appearances. That's pretty good. Almost half of my hits have been doubles. So you can see how much you can take advantage of that directional shift when you use directional. But he's taken a seat now recently here because I had to replace him. But we'll get to that guy here in a moment because he's a right fielder. Number 2 on the list, though. Number 2, Mike Trout. Signature Series Mike Trout, man. This card's been a beast. I usually don't do really well with Mike Trout cards in MLB The Show, but this year has been a little bit different for me. I've done great with him, and he's been amazing. 374, only 7 home runs. That's fine, but he comes through in the clutch a lot for me, which has been great. The speed on this card is insane. You can get that kind of speed out of a guy that's 6'2". That's pretty crazy. So Mike Trout is number 2 for center field, and number 1. This is not even debatable in my opinion. Is Willie Mays. I mean, the fielding, the speed. He might be the most athletic guy to ever play the game, next to maybe Mike Trout. But he's still young in the career, so we got a little time to tell. But I can see it happening. But Willie Mays, whatever the collection reward, it's insane. Great card, amazing card. So right field, man, right field. Number 5 for right field is the only card I don't have as far as right fielders go. Underrated card. I think a lot of you guys will agree with this. Dave Parker. Dave Parker right here. Pittsburgh Pirates Signature Series 99 card, man. The contact, the power, the vision. Fielding is great. 72 speed. He doesn't play center, but he can play left for you. It's a really good card, man. And a lot of people don't use him. I think he goes under a lot of people's radar, but it's really good, man. I only have 6 at bats with him. Batted 500 though. One of those was a home run. So really good card in my opinion. All right, so let's back over here. I have the other 4 cards on my team for right. Where did I go? Right field. Tony Gwynn is number 4. All right, maxed out contact, maxed out vision. The power's a little lacking, I know, but he still hits home runs. And maxed out clutch as well. Diamond fielding. In the secondaries, I recommend keeping him in right field though, because the secondaries he starts to get a little bad animation sometimes if you move him around. So, but a great card in the speed. Obviously, it works out well. So. Tony Gwynn is my number 4. Number 3 for right field, Vladimir Guerrero Sr., not Junior, Senior. So the contact, power, vision at 116. I wish the fielding number was a little higher. I feel he was a better fielder than 70 would relate, but better than a silver, maybe a gold at least. But anyway, the speed is good on him too. And they shift on this card, so it's awesome. Number 2, Ichiro. Number 2 is Ichiro. You guys are probably surprised I didn't put this as number 1 because it's my favorite card of the whole year. But this card speaks for itself, man. The defense, the speed, bunting ability, the vision, the contact. And this signature one has enough pop to be able to hit homers too. I know a lot of you might think the 93 is a little bit better. Sometimes I tend to agree, but other times this one shines through for me and does great. So Ichiro is my number 2. And my number 1 pick right now, I have him over in left field. Cody Bellinger. This Cody Bellinger card is insane. It plays higher than all of these attributes, in my opinion. It's absolutely nuts. But the contact, the power, he's a beast, man. The fielding's gold. He can play first base too, which is awesome. 83 speed. I've got 20 home runs and 344 at bats with him. 369 average. It's pretty great, man. I love this card. So those are my right fielders. Those are all the fielders. Let's move on to the pitchers real quick. This one's going to be pretty easy to go over. I have all the 5 pitchers I'm going to pick. Not all 5 of them are listed here. I think most of them are, though. All right, so number 5 is the one that I don't have listed here. It's Garrett Cole. I personally don't like using this card, but a lot of people dominate with it. Some people think it's the best pitching card in the game, but he's just not there for me personally. But maybe it's because of my comfort level with the other guys I have. But Garrett Cole, amazing card with the perfect 5-pitch repertoire and definitely effective, especially on Hall of Fame difficulty. So number 4 for me, though, is going to be Tom Seaver, man. I wish this card had higher hits and Ks per 9, but the speed differential between the fastball and sinker to the curve and the change is really what really makes this card great. And I love using this card, man. I really do. It's amazing for me. 2.08 ERA through 410 innings pitched. So great card there. And number 4. Number 3 for me, Bob Gibson. I love the Gibson card. A lot of people are on the fence about this card still. Some don't like it. Some can't use it. I like it, man. He does pretty well most of the time for me. 2.47 ERA through 487 innings pitched. So it's definitely a good card for me. You got to figure out how to mix that curveball in. That's the big trick with him. Curveball and slider combo can be really deadly with this card. My number 2, Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan, man. I know he's hard to control. I know a lot of people are tired of using him. But I have a 1.98 ERA through 909 innings pitched with this card. I've thrown a perfect game with him online this year. I love this card. I don't know. Man, there's something about the Nolan card, man, that's just dominant for me. So he is my number 2. And number 1, Chris Sale. How do you not say it's Chris Sale? This card can be impossible for a lot of people to hit. So the slider and fastball combo that you can work with this card are just deadly nasty. So that's my pick right there. All right, let's go over the 7 relief pitchers right quick here that I've got picked here for this section. Let's get right here. All right, number 7, Bruce Sutter. Very underrated card, man. That splitter is filthy. If you can mix the splitter with the 4-seam fastball, people get their timing way off with this card, and you can really dominate with him. So that's a really good one in my opinion. Let's see, number 6 on my list, Sergio Romo. This Romo card is nasty. That slider is impossible for a lot of people to hit, and then when you pop that 90-mile-an-hour fastball, it looks way faster than it is. And makes it a little bit hard for people to recognize as well. So that's my number 6. Number 5 for me is going to be Kenley Jansen, 99 overall Kenley Jansen. This card, we have a love-hate relationship, me and this card. He's blown some saves, but giving him that 5-pitch mix with that hits and Ks per 9 is just deadly. So it's got to make the list. All right, it's got to be on there. Number 4 for me. I got to back out here. Just a quick second, go back over here to my team. Number 4 is going to be the Andrew Miller Extreme Moments card, man. A great lefty, best, maybe second best. It's a close to the next card as far as lefties go in the game, but a great card here in Andrew Miller. That slider's filthy. If you like Chris Sale, the arm angle on this, you'll really like this card as well. And then I've got one other one here that I need to go over here. Actually, the next 2 are over here for me to show you real quick. My number 3 is probably the best lefty in the game because he gives me the most fits. Billy Wagner. This card's filthy, man. The fastball in this thing is just, it rises on you like crazy. It's really hard to catch up to. So Billy Wagner is my number 3 and probably the top lefty in my opinion. Number 2, Eric Gagne. He's not my number 1. He's my number 2. I used this card here a couple weeks ago and I did okay with it. The curveball is just filthy disgusting on this thing, but still not my number 1. My number 1 has been my most effective and dominant closer all year long. Here he is, Raleigh Fingers. I love this card. Oh my God. The sinker has so much movement on it, and the forkball being that much slower is great. I never throw the fastball. I always stick with the sinker slider forkball combo with him, but it's a great card, man. And hope you guys have enjoyed this one and gotten to use this card as well. So that's my top players of MLB The Show 19. Hopefully we get way more to go through for MLB The Show 20. I'm sure we will. New legends and new cards and new flashback card, all that stuff, man. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait for it to come out. And you guys let me know in the comments what you guys think and what your favorite cards are for these positions. And guys, I might have left off that you guys think should have made the list. So, but do me a favor, as always, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe. And we will catch you guys on the next video. Thanks.